Welcome to this month's virtual Curators Tour with the Fort Wayne Museum of Art. My name is Amanda Shepard, Vice President and Curator of this exhibition, A Place Away, Martina Lopez, on view now through December 12, 2021. Born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, Martina Lopez received her BFA from the University of Washington in Seattle and her MFA from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. Lopez's artwork is featured in many photographic textbooks and historical publications, such as Naomi Rosenblum's A World History of Photography, The Digital Eye by Sylvia Wolfe, and 100 Ideas That Changed Photography by Mary Warner Marion. Lopez has exhibited widely, both nationally and internationally. She has received the prestigious National Endowment for the Arts Visual Photography Fellowship. Her work is in numerous private and public collections, such as the Art Institute of Chicago, the Smithsonian American Art Museum in Washington, D.C., and the Center for Creative Photography in Tucson, Arizona. Lopez is head of the photography program at the University of Notre Dame, where she started teaching in 1993. Lopez has worked with the figure in landscape with the aid of digital media since 1985. Since then, elements of the family photograph, landscape, and electronic media remain prevalent in her work. In her early work, her imagery was autobiographical. It was, in fact, documentation of her family history. She began incorporating family images beyond her personal album as a way to create a collective history, one which allows individuals to bring their own memories to her work. Lopez incorporates multiple printing and finishing techniques in her work. After printing this photograph on a wide-format digital printer using pigment inks, Lopez scattered dozens of small pieces of wax over the print and ironed them into the paper. The effect is subtle, leaving the print with something of a smooth, buttery texture, but not obscuring the image. The technique has its greatest effect in the gallery, where the print is mounted on magnetic steel corners about 3 inches away from the wall to allow light to pass through the translucent waxed paper and emit a soft glow. The 19th century portrait, landscape, and the digital media help Lopez communicate her interpretation of the human experience. By extracting people from their original context and placing them into fabricated spaces, she hopes to retell a story of their being, one which allows the images to acquire a life of their own. While the pieces from photographs verify an actual lived experience, the landscape stands as a metaphor for life, demarcating its quality and reflecting our time on Earth. Lopez often pairs found photographs of people from generations past with photographs of her surroundings, such as this print that she constructed with the aid of digital technology. The 19th century photograph is resurrected through the use of current technology, bridging over 100 years of distance between two photographs. This photograph is printed and mounted on board and traditionally framed in the gallery. Lopez's interest in the electronic environment lies in the believability of the photograph and malleability of the digital medium. The way she makes images changes with each technological shift, while teaching has enriched her love and understanding of the medium itself. She says she is fascinated by our relationship to the earth, our effect on it, and its emotional influence on us, all of which make our existence evident as she continues to ponder the day when we may only exist in an image. In this work, Lopez used a found photograph of sisters who, in the original, are standing farther apart than they are here. Lopez has altered the original image to bring the girls closer together, a decision, she says, that was inspired by the closeness of her own two daughters because of the coronavirus pandemic. In this work, A young man in formal 19th century attire and serious in expression is softened by the leaves that surround him. One branch that brushes his shoulder beckons him deep into the environment. With this work, she introduces different printing and display techniques into the exhibition. This work is printed on aluminum and sits on a shelf in the gallery. A display choice, she says, resembles the aesthetic of the Stations of the Cross, a series of 14 scenes of the Passion of Christ found in many Catholic churches. The more intense metallic sheen of these works contrasts with the glowing luminosity of the waxed prints elsewhere in the gallery. In another work, Lopez introduces the intimate experience of family photographs by printing them on small acrylic blocks and arranging them in a style that we might see in a domestic setting. The people become three-dimensional as the light refracts through the acrylic, and we are reminded of the dimensionality of their humanity, though unknown to us today. Lopez has said that life is a journey that has made her question many things: the intangible human spirit, the miracle of birth, a devastating diagnosis, the passage of death. This new work is an attempt to come to terms with her mother's advanced aging, memory loss, and inevitable passing. A place away suggests keeping something safe while in a distant state. The original photographs are altered to show the figure in a modified state of being, a liminal space, a metaphorical reference to her mother's current state of mind and existence between life and death. The specific stories are not necessary to understand the work, but they are what drive their creation. She says, "My images have become a visual diary, a place where I come to terms with life." Thank you for joining me today for this tour of A Place Away by Martina Lopez. The exhibition is on view at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art through December 12, 2021.